Hi, everybody. Well, I want to say welcome to Ryan Luginbuhl. It's incredible to celebrate the first year of OSF HealthCare Cancer Institute's anniversary, and a lot of exciting things has happened over the last year. And I am truly, inspired, and thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to meet with us and share a little bit more about yourself, a little bit more about the Cancer Institute and the great things to come.
Appreciate being on here. So grateful and humbled to just work with our community and just incredible foundations like yourself, and just really excited about what we have going on. So I'm happy to talk about it.
So Ryan, reflecting on this first amazing and foundational year for OSF HealthCare Cancer Institute, what is one key achievement, or perhaps maybe a specific patient story from the past year, that truly exemplifies the impact you set out to make and that you find maybe particularly inspiring?
Yeah, thanks. I think I want to answer this in kind of two parts. One, I think, we do have the world's best technology in our new Cancer Institute, as in proton beam therapy. I think it wouldn't be appropriate if I didn't say, one of the biggest achievements is actually getting proton therapy established in Peoria, which is a pretty rare thing to have in a community our size. Proton therapy is a really superior way to treat via radiation, and the physics of it allows for the dose to be more targeted and for the energy of the dose to be sent right into the tumor. So having that up and going, and actually we're now exceeding our expectations on the number of patients that we're seeing, and just proving that successful proton centers can happen and serve a smaller metropolitan area like Peoria in a huge way. And we're already pulling in patients in from all over the Midwest and outside the state for this incredible therapy that we now have in proton therapy. So that's one huge accomplishment. To get that going, get the staff trained in a specialized way. We sent them off to New York Proton Center for training. Both the staff and our radiation oncologists got specific training. We've now homegrown and built our own talent pool around really delivering this incredible therapy to our patients. And the outcomes have been really, really great. Less side effects than traditional radiation, and is actively treating many of our cancer types, such as head and neck cancers, CNS brain cancers, some breast cancers, and a lot of retreatments. And then finally, pediatric cancers as well. It is pretty much the gold standard now in pediatric radiotherapy. So that's one huge accomplishment that we're so excited about.
It's amazing. And we had a chance, some of us, when we brought our contribution from our amazing donors who gave to us, to all of you last year, and even this year, to hear about the proton therapy and the exciting things and bringing patients even from all over the Midwest is really great to kind of make Peoria that centralized hub, as well as thinking about just the opportunities that, the oncology team and everybody who's involved with that, to have the kind of training and building your own talent pool to really, bring that community together.
Yeah, well, very exciting.
Yeah. As you know, the McMurray family's hometown is Peoria. So community support is so crucial, and for a mission like yours, as long that coincides a lot with the brothers McMurray. So the McMurray family is dedicated partners, deeply rooted here in Peoria. How specifically does their ongoing commitment and events like this, such as the one that we're hosting September 20th, again, our own kind of Mctoberfest at Jimmy's in West Peoria, help enhance the Institute's ability to push forward its mission, not just here in Peoria, as we've mentioned, but also across the region OSS serves and beyond?
I love this question because our mission at OSF is to serve everybody with the greatest care and love. And our sisters at OSF have really enabled us to really partner with the community in a big way. It's not like, we can't do this on our own, period. The building couldn't have been built, the $250 million spent, and the further investment that's happening now. We're building out our 4th floor already in the Cancer Institute design is ongoing. The only way that happens, the only way the building gets erected and built and further built out, and the programs and services within the building is through the partnership of our community and foundations like McMurray Brothers. And it is absolutely in the thread of everyone there. Everyone there knows that this isn't a building that's just OSF's. And we're proud to walk into that building and see that the donor wall with the area's individuals and businesses and foundations that have just said, we're all in on building something truly world-class here. And so the ways that it gets used are very practical and real to everybody that works in there. Obviously, support like yours has helped build the building, but that building's built now. And so now what are we doing to really ensure that this mission and vision to become a world-class destination center happens? And that's through building of things like supportive care services, where we have around 40 employees that are dedicated in various subspecialty supportive care services, such as nutritional care. We now have 3 cancer nutritionists that all they do is meet with families and patients on how to eat right, how to ensure you stay on a regimen of eating that actually allows you to go to treatment. So financial services, financial management. So patients who struggle have someone to meet with and say, you know what, here's a payment plan for my cancer care that I can actually look at and say, man, I can see my life financially not fully burdened by this cancer. A lot of times cancer patients actually worry about that more than they do about the treatment itself. And we have a lot of staff that are dedicated to that. So we have financial navigators and social workers that actually spend so much time meeting with families to talk about their insurance coverage versus what's out of pocket. And then how do we even help them with practical needs like getting to their appointments if they don't have a car. We have behavioral health counselors that dedicate time meeting with patients with the burdens and stresses and the distress that cancer comes. I mean, a lot of people, we all know that mental health is already a problem in the United States, in the world. You compile that on that with a bad cancer diagnosis, and you can imagine that this exacerbates ongoing mental struggles that people have. And so those are some of the wraparound services that we've invested in that don't really are not really revenue generating departments. They're just necessary to treat the whole person, not just the cancer, if that makes sense. And so that's a huge program within OSF with multiple people that we employ that the community donations such as yours help fund. So that's one big area of huge interest.
Oh, that's great. And I love how you describe it. And when we've met you previously, just kind of that whole community, of different specialists and individuals and staff who are there to help everybody who's, receiving treatments along the way to make sure that they have the knowledge, the support, and the opportunity, to receive not only the best care, but also, for the whole self. So I know on behalf of the McMurray family, that's something that they deeply connect on, especially of the McMurray siblings having cancer and being cancer survivors. And they lost their dad to cancer back, I believe, in January or February of 2006. So thank you for sharing that. Kind of another question that popped to mind. Knowing the incredible strides that the Cancer Institute has made in the last year, and congratulations on celebrating the first anniversary, I believe about a couple months ago, and the dedicated community partners by your side, what fills you with the most hope and excitement when you look ahead at what the OSF HealthCare Cancer Institute will be able to achieve for patients, even in the coming years or even in the next year?
Well, I can't say exactly what it is without starting with just the mission of our organization. Our mission is our strength, that we don't care who walks in our doors that needs it, we will care for them. And that mission really is in the heart of everyone and that's doing this work at OSF, and that is our strength. So founded in that missional strength, we can now look ahead and say, what can we do to provide our population in this region and beyond something that no one else can provide? And so some of the things that I'm particularly excited about, in the community, I think is around developing world-class clinical research and access to groundbreaking research and clinical trials. We've got incredible resources that we're building up right now to conduct and run and manage the clinical trials that we can do. We're really focused on 3 areas. We want to become world leaders in finding cancer early, because that's when cancers are most curable, right? Find that thing, that lump, bump, or lesion early, and we can take care of you a lot better and likely heal that cancer and treat it into a curable disease, versus I didn't know this thing was in me, and before I knew it, silently I was stage 4 before I found out about it. And so think about a lung cancer patient we recently had where both parents passed away from lung cancer. Someone suggested that she go and get genetic testing and get some family testing and then go get it screened for lung cancer through low-dose CT. And if you're in the smoking population, you do qualify for your payer to get low-dose CT. So if anyone's listening and you've been a smoker for years, I'm just pleading with you to go get your low-dose CT, because just a simple 30-second CT can find a lung nodule that's literally a half of a centimeter that within months can be stage 4 and has a 90% death rate. But in this particular case, because she was thinking about her family and getting advice around going and getting screened, she showed up at her CT with 2 small nodules that they monitored for 6 months, and then they saw a change in the size and immediately biopsied and found out she had adenocarcinoma of the lung. And at that stage of that small size, very, very curable with quick surgery and no chemotherapy, and you can live your life very normally. So I'm excited about building up programs around finding early detection through what we have available. Mm-hmm. But we are focused on bringing the world's most advanced early detection techniques. And in the case of lung cancer, we brought the world's first early detection of lung cancer blood test to our patients in the population. So that's one exciting thing I'm really excited about. Second area is around clinical trials for the advanced therapies for late stage disease. We're already starting trials for ovarian cancer and glioblastoma, difficult to treat brain cancers, and we're going to be ramping those trials up for the practical purposes of bringing hope for those that have no hope. You're in late stage disease and we don't have much left for options for treatment. They need to be on a clinical trial, and our patients do not want to leave the area to do that, and neither does their family during a very difficult time. So we want to have the most access possible to those emerging treatments that could potentially be cures in those diseases if that goes through the process of that the FDA requires for clinical trials. And then finally, survivorship. Once you've survived cancer, we want to make sure we monitor your cancer well. So having options for patients to monitor that disease post-treatment is really critical too. So early detection, therapeutic treatments, and then once I've survived, how do we really surround that whole patient from the supportive care to the treatment and early detection and survivorship to really become someone that people can trust, that we've got your back no matter where you're at in that continuum of care.
Great. Thank you so much for sharing that. And it's great to think about kind of those 3 core areas and how relatable it is to anyone in early detection, something personally I believe in is key. And that story that you shared about the parents passing of lung cancer and inspiring, their daughter or adult to go ahead and, go through that process. That's wonderful to hear, and the opportunities to give her that hope and chance at life, life not yet lived for her. Rather, if she would have waited and had, different things happen to her, with detection down the road. So that pretty much wraps it up. Ryan, I cannot thank you enough for your collaboration, your partnership, and having the opportunity for sharing not only insightful, updates about the work that OSF has been doing, but also the vital role that you play in your own role, and everybody else, from the care team to administrative team to the leadership team, that you play not only in Peoria, but hope for families and those that are seeking treatment and opportunities to get kind of that whole self, from beginning to even post survivorship, to have that opportunity to live the best life that they deserve to lead. So we're so proud to see the impact and continuing to support, not only OSF, but the Cancer Institute, and, being part of the greater family of Peoria, seeing the progress that continues. And we're excited to see what the next chapter brings, even in this next year. So thank you so much. Truly appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm humbled to just be a part of this mission. And yeah, most of us don't, we look around and be like, we don't know why we're here, but we know that God put us here. And so we're humbled to be a part of this mission of OSF, but also what we're fighting for in the Cancer Institute. And I just want to thank you, and the McMurray family and everybody that supported your foundation. We can't do this alone. And the money that we are given is stewarded well, and we can't wait to continue our partnership and just share this journey along with you. And we're appreciative just to be able to fight alongside of you. We definitely feel that. It's so encouraging, because many days it's hard to deal with this and help people go through this. It's tough work, and we have just an incredible team that's just rolling their sleeves up, ready to serve every day. And we feel just encouraged and ignited by our community members and foundations like McMurray Brothers. So thank you very much.
No, thank you. And we hope to see you possibly, or, everybody from the team at Jimmy's September 20th. We're going to be holding our, I think, 3rd annual McToberfest, and bigger and better yet to come. So thanks again, Ryan. Truly appreciate it.
See ya. Yeah, no problem. All right. Take care.